Hi everyone, I wanted to make a video today for you all about a very hot topic, which is highlight and contour. How do you do it? What do you use to do it, and why? So for this video, I'm going to be using three products. They are these here. I'm going to be using an A23 brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to be using the contour powder kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and then last but not least, I'm going to be using the Nicole Guerrero highlight kit, also Anastasia Beverly Hills. So before we go in with our product, what we want to do is to break the face down into three zones. And the reason why we're doing this is to measure out the proportions of the face. So our first zone, we're going to start from the hairline to the bottom of the brow. Our second zone, we're going to start from the bottom of the brow to the bottom of the nose. And then our third section, we're going to go from bottom of the nose to the chin. Now, you can see when I measure my zones out, my zone 1 and my zone 3 are balanced. However, my zone 2 is a little bit shorter. So I'm going to show you through contouring and highlighting how we can correct this and also accentuate natural bone structures. Now, when you're contouring, you always want to remember to use darker matte colors. And the reason for that is because dark colors are going to absorb the light and make things look smaller and further away from anybody that's standing in front of you and talking to you straight on. Now, when you're highlighting, you want to do the opposite. You want to use light colors that are bright, reflect the light, and push things forward, and that's going to make those features stand forward whenever somebody's standing in front of you and talking to you. Now, if you have a zone 1 that's taller than your other zones, what you would want to do is you would want to balance that out with the other zones. So what you could do is you could contour with a darker color and go right along the hairline, and what that'll do is that'll push that part back and actually make them appear more proportionate and give you a more oval shaped face. Now, for me, my zone 1 and my zone 3 are proportionate. However, my zone 2 is a little bit shorter. So what I want to do in order to make that look bigger is use my highlight in through here and pull it out to make this part of my face look larger so that it ends up being more proportionate with my other zone. So what I'm going to do to create that effect is I'm going to go in with my highlight palette here, and I'm going to pick up this nice neutral matte color with my A23 brush. I'm going to start right under the eye, and I'm just pressing that color in, and I'm pulling it out. Now this color is just a little bit lighter than my skin tone, so it's just going to stand out. You can see right away how it makes this side of my face look a little bit brighter than over here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to take a little bit of my highlight and go right through the high planes around my eyes. Okay, so I'm ready to start sculpting my features. I don't need to do any more corrective contouring to balance out my zones, so I'm going to go in and just make my cheekbones look a little bit more defined. However, I also want to lift them a little bit. So what I see people do a lot of times is they'll take their contour color and they'll start right underneath their cheekbone and they'll kind of like pull it down like this. Now, what you do if you do your contour below your nose is you actually end up pushing in the parts of your face that already have that natural contour, and so you end up giving yourself more of like a gaunt complexion instead of a more sculpted look. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be picking up Java, and I'm going to start right on my cheekbone, real close to the hairline, and I'm just buffing, 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 and then I'm pulling this color forward. Now, what I'm doing by keeping this color higher is I'm actually giving some lift to my cheekbones versus pushing in the parts of my face that are already doing that on their own. And I love this color Java for this because it is a true cool toned contour color. Not a lot of palettes have cool tones in them. And so it just gives me that nice shadow effect instead of like using a bronzer or something like that that's just going to warm up the face and not necessarily look like a shadow. Okay, so now that I have my features sculpted, I'm going to go in with a little bit of bronzer, and I'm going to warm that shadow color up just a little bit. Now, I'm just keeping this real close to the edges of my hairline. I'm not pulling it in too far. I'm going to go through the center of my face, just the places where the sun would naturally hit. And then the chin. Another thing I love about the contour powder kit is that this color here actually has a little bit of sheen to it. So I'm just going to pop that right on top of this high plane, and this will give me a really nice subtle everyday highlight. And just reflect the light a little bit and accentuate my features even more. Now, if you are wanting a little bit more glow than that, what we're going to do is we're going to go in with our Nicole Guerrero highlight palette, and I'm going to use a little bit of 143. I'm just tapping, and I'm going to start building this glow into that contour and bronzer. Now you'll notice I'm keeping this lower than the high planes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just mix a little bit of Kitty Cat and Forever Young. And I'm going to go right on those high planes of my face. So you can just imagine like a little line drawn from the corner of the eye straight down, and that is the highest plane of the face, and so that's where I'm concentrating this the most. And I'm just blending, blending, blending. There we go. So I'm going to do the same on this side. I love this kit. So there you have it, guys. Highlight, contour, and glow. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial. If you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. Until next time.